In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a ruffled scarf using Mary Maxim Fabulous Sequins yarn. And this is what the finished scarf looks like up close. It's really beautiful, all these different colors. And this color here is called Rainforest. So let's get started. So you'll want to pull from the center of the skein, and to get started on the end, you would open up your yarn. One side is a netting side and one side has the sequins on it. So you want to work in the side that's just the netting without the sequins. And to get started, you want to overlap the first 3 boxes with the next 3 boxes. So you just fold that over here and you insert your hook from through both sets of loops, or through the set of loops. So I'm going from front to back and I'm lining up the boxes just like this. Okay, and then another thing is too, in addition to the yarn and a good hook, this is a Dreams crochet hook and it has a nice deep cut on the head of the hook, and you want to have some stitch markers handy. So then, now that I've got my start, you can go in and trim this too. I'm just going to continue in the pattern now. So I'm going to skip a box and pick up the next box. Skip the next box, pick up the next box. Skip, pick up, skip, pick up, and skip, pick up. Now the pattern is going to be picking up 8 loops, but in the beginning these double loops will count as 1, so it doesn't have to be exact as long as you have about 8 there in the beginning. So the very last loop you leave in the head of your hook like that, and you grab the rest of the loops with this finger and your thumb, and you turn the head of the hook down and you pull the last loop through the remaining loops on your hook like that. That's all you got to do. Now I can place a stitch marker here, especially if you're a beginner, you want to use stitch markers. And then that way, if you need to set your project down, or if you accidentally drop it, those loops won't fall off your hook. So now I'm going to continue on. Skip that one, pick up this one, skip, pick up. So I'm going to do that 8 times. Skip, pick up. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So now I'm going to leave the last loop on my hook, and then I'm going to turn the head of my hook down, and then I'm going to bring that through there. So now I can place my second stitch marker right there, and then after I do my next set of loops, I can move this stitch marker up, and I can keep trading these off until I get down to the end. So now to end the scarf, what I want to do is I'm going to take this out here, and I haven't finished this scarf over here, so I'm going to do that right now. I've got a stitch marker in my very last stitch over here, so I'm going to remove that, and I guess I'll show you one more time. This would have been on my hook. Got all this done already. These only take about a half hour to do, and I would skip, pick up, and do that 8 times. 3, 4. Let me move this out of the way. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, I'm going to put that over. I'm just going to keep going and just show you all the way down to the end going this way. Then I move my stitch marker, put it in there. So now I've got 2 stitch markers placed, and I just ignore that stitch marker like it wasn't even there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So I'm at a really good place to stop right here. 1 skein is plenty to do a good size scarf. The very last one, I'm going to pull these over like this. And if I were continuing on at this point, and if I'm working with the stitch markers, I would just take this one out and then put that there. So that's not going anywhere if I drop it or if I need to set it down. So, but at the end, you can leave that in until you get it finished off. You want to cut this if you're going to stop shorter than what I have here. So you need about 5 inches, 4 or 5 inches there. So you just yarn over with the last loop on your hook here. Yeah, yarn over with all of the yarn, the whole strand, and then just take that last loop there and pull that over the entire wad of yarn, and then just pull that out like that. And that kind of locks it there. At this point, you're safe to take out your stitch markers like that. And you want to tie a knot at the end just for a little added security like that. And then you can cut this about 3/4 of an inch or an inch down. And that last ruffle will cover up the bottom. So that's how you make a ruffled scarf using Mary Maxim Fabulous Sequins yarn. The links to everything that you saw me use are listed below, and this video is part of a channel that's called Maggie Weldon, and if you subscribe to the channel, which I would love, you will be notified as soon as we have new videos, and we have lots of new videos coming out every single week. And I hope that you visit maggiescrochet.com, and that's where this yarn is sold.